Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 3 of Midas Vibes with me, James Cox, and with me, as ever,
Prince Jackson Jr.
Okay. This week, we're recording this a week in advance as usual, but this weekend is the Oasis reunion tour starting off again in Cardiff.
Are you excited?
I am. Well, I'm not going. I couldn't afford it, to be honest. I was going to go. I was up for going, but it was more. I just think we just couldn't get people together, could we? Couldn't nail people down on which day we were going to do. And I was a little bit like, I don't really want to do London. Cardiff sounded a bit more interesting.
Until I read the prices of the hotels.
Yeah, and then I think by the time we'd gone, all right, let's go. Literally everywhere was booked out that you'd want to stay. So it was kind of like we just really couldn't really get it together. And I think that was kind of like a reflection of where we were at with the gig itself. Like, it'd be nice to go, but like, not like desperate to get there or anything like that. I don't know. What about you?
Well, I don't know if I'm excited about it or not. I've seen them before, and they were the last gig on, funnily enough, in Cardiff. The last act on in Cardiff at the another show. It had the Foo Fighters on and Razorlight and the Coral, who I just seem to apparently follow around. I have no idea. I don't purposely go out my way to watch them. But
Oasis Triumph at Cardiff gig, 11th of December 2005.
That sounds about right.
It was an extravaganza at Cardiff Millennium Stadium.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's going to be another. What did I say?
Extravaganza. Well, I don't know what you said, but it should be extravaganza.
That'll do. Yeah. There's an article that the BBC have put out a day ago for us, which would have been obviously last week for you hearing this right now. What you need to know about the Oasis reunion in Cardiff.
Tell me what I need to know.
Well, this is another attack of the old terribly written article from what I can gather.
Fantastic. We love these.
So it's been almost 16 years since Oasis last performed live following the band's dramatic split up in 2009 after a backstage bust up. But stop crying your heart out, because Liam and Noel are reuniting, and Cardiff is the first stop on their highly anticipated comeback tour. It doesn't get any better than that, by the way.
Oh.
It's further downhill following that. First 2 nights of the 41 date run of gigs. I didn't realise they were doing that many.
I didn't actually.
I thought it was like 2 or 3 gigs. The first of 41 dates will be at the Principality Stadium on the 4th and 5th of July, so Friday and Saturday. Why is the Oasis reunion such a big deal? Well, some might say the Gallagher brothers have been a defining soundtrack to their lives ever since Oasis' debut album, definitely maybe dropped in August 94. The band's last solo album, Dig Out Your Soul, which was a pile of shite, was released in October 2008.
Does it say that?
No, I added that bit in. Oh. In October 2008, just months before things came crashing to a halt in 2009. They broke up in Paris, apparently.
Yeah. Something to do with a broken guitar or
yeah,
something.
They've been publicly feuding for years, it goes on to say. It's...
Why didn't they just roll with it?
I had to check because I wasn't sure. I was under the impression that it was the entire original lineup, or not quite original lineup, but very early lineup playing this tour. And we're semi-right. And thanks to our AI overview from Google, we can confirm that the Oasis reunion for 2025 tour includes the Gallagher brothers, which is good, along with original members Bonehead, Gem, and Andy Bell. Drums by Joey Waronker, who is ex of REM.
Yep. And Beck.
Yes, and a number of others, actually, including Liam Gallagher and John Squire, that weird little hookup they did recently.
Yeah.
Which musically, it just wasn't there for me.
I could do without it.
Yeah, but Joey Waronker, obviously not being a original or, former member, is a new addition, and a bit of it feels like a strange one until you see that he's already worked with Liam Gallagher. So he's got around.
You play with the Beach Boys as well, though?
Yes.
Yeah.
No. So what are your thoughts on that, then, on the lineup?
The drummer's a step up from Tony McCarroll. I think I would have liked to see Alan White back there.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be Alan White. I don't know why. I thought it, like I say, I thought it was the whole set. You know, it was like all of them, and that was the whole point of it.
They might bring him out. To
maybe he's doing some dates further down the line or something. I'm almost certain.
I don't know. Yeah, I think, wouldn't it have been lovely if Tony McCarroll, all the original members could have got back together and done this, and then they knock it on the head, call it a day, and that. But what you can probably bet is that they are going to record new material, and it'll sound just like Liam Gallagher's solo albums.
Yeah, and Noel's.
And yeah,
it's going to be a mix up of the two, isn't it? And I've got to be honest, I haven't really liked anything either of them have done since probably the 90s. I like Oasis. Like that you can't not like them. They've written some of those, you know, classic tunes that, you know, form part of Britpop, but not just that. They were like the soundtrack to the 90s, weren't they? Like that article said. Like they are massive songs. You can't really not like Live Forever. You can't really not like Champagne Supernova, and Whatever is a great track. They've got too many great tracks for you not to like them.
They have. I found, well, the first three albums, of course, I mean, I thought were really good. As much as Noel tries to say, oh, I hated Be Here Now, I thought it was a good album. It wasn't until the critics started saying how shit it was that suddenly it was the worst album that had ever been produced. It was the sound of men on cocaine and stuff. But I think it produced a load of hits. I think it's good. I think it matches with their first two albums. I think it was really good. After that, I completely lost interest, I've got to say, in Oasis. I'm not saying they were bad. I just think that it was for the fans then. It was like, if you were a super fan, you would enjoy the other albums. But I can't think of a song that was a standout track for me after those albums. Yeah, no,
I'm inclined to agree with you. Definitely Maybe It is a great album.
Yep.
And then What's the Story is the next one, isn't it? And then Be Here Now. And like, I'm looking at the song list now for Be Here Now. And do you know what I mean? Yeah, My Big Mouth. I can't really remember that one.
It's a good track.
I mean, the main controversy around the whole reunion has been the ticket price, hasn't it?
Yeah.
It pretty much seems to be the story of this reunion.
Dynamic pricing,
that's it. So I've got this article here that is sort of explains it a little bit more, so I thought we could read this. When the Oasis reunion tour was announced last summer, there was a scramble to get hold of tickets, and there was. Very quickly thereafter, another scramble to understand a phenomenon known as dynamic pricing. This is the practice of pricing one product or service differently for different customers.
Mm-hmm.
Now, and as this goes on to say, this isn't anything new. This isn't something that Ticketmaster do. It's have originated.
Yeah,
because it happens in airlines and train fares all the time. That's how you get cheaper train fares if you use whatever it is, the Trainware app or something.
Okay,
it's nothing new, but I think it is a little bit unethical. I don't know. Actually, I don't know if it is unethical. It's a really difficult one because like you can benefit from it as well, but the problem is I think you can benefit with travel tickets and stuff because you can get cheaper tickets for flights and stuff, but it just seems to me that you simply cannot get cheaper gig tickets.
No.
It just seems to be like you're either paying like far more than anyone that paid the standard price, or a slightly less than the other inflated prices that people are buying. This seemingly opaque pricing structure left many fans angry, confused, and lashing out at the band themselves. Some tickets increased by 200 quid above the original price advised.
Yeah.
I mean, that's insane. That's insane. Because at the end of the day, imagine if you're stuck halfway behind a pillar. you got to spend like 400 quid on that.
And chances are at the Millennium Stadium, or what's it called now? The Principality, you will be. Or you can be.
Yeah. I mean, it's just, yeah, it's unethical. And I think they could have justified it a little bit more if it was one night.
Mm-hmm.
or if it was 2 nights. But when you look at the amount of dates they've got, so they've got 2 in Cardiff.
Right.
So they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 nights in Manchester, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in London, and then 1, 2, 3 in Edinburgh, and then they're back in London for another 2. So it's like, if you've got dynamic pricing through all of those, it's like, how do you prioritize which days, which shows were more expensive than others? Do you know what I mean? Or cheaper than others? So how does that work?
I have no idea. And you said earlier, like, it's different prices for different types of customers.
Well, I can imagine it will go by, like, if you want to be at the front or if you want to be in the top tier, then obviously top tier should be cheaper. But imagine if you bought it, you got lucky enough to buy a top tier seat for, say, 60 quid or whatever, and then an hour later someone's buying a ticket that obviously they're starting to run out, or they're nearly run out, or maybe they're pretty much run out, and they've got to spend 260 quid on the same ticket, and they might be sat next to you.
Yeah,
that's crazy, isn't it? I don't know how that works. I don't know if that's how it works, but that's not ethical, is it really?
Not at all. Not at all. I mean, I think it's a bit like we said in the last podcast, that for me, how can you justify, say, I think they're playing to 73,000 or something in Cardiff. It's something like that for their opening gig. 73,000 people paying, well over 100 quid for a ticket. How can that not be at 50 quid a ticket? And it kills me. I know it's almost the same thing we brought up last time, but I'm seeing a band on stage. I love music. I really love music. We all love music. We all like a good night out. We want a good night out. Yeah, a jolly good night out. But with that jolly good night out, most people are travelling. It's not 73,000 people from Cardiff.
Yeah.
That's 73,000 people travelling from all over the country. So travel costs, hotel costs, ticket costs.
Booze.
Yeah.
Food.
All in all, I'm not stingy. I would be willing to pay £400 for a complete package, but I want a room. Well, I want somewhere to stay. I want food.
I'm going to blow your mind then, because there's an article that dropped today, time of recording, and was last updated at 6:06, and we're recording at 9 o'clock. This is in the Mirror, so take it with a pinch of salt. First Oasis reunion show tickets being sold for over £10,000 ahead of Cardiff gig.
I mean, is this the secondary market though? That's not from ticket.
The UK's competition watchdog has turned the heat up on Ticketmaster, which was days to go before the first Oasis reunion tour. Ticketmaster has been threatened with legal action over its handling of the Oasis reunion tour, as other websites listed the band's first reunion show at eye-watering prices of up to £11,500 each. I mean, I suppose what they would say is, if some fucking idiot is prepared and willing to pay that much, then why shouldn't they charge it?
How much would you pay for your art?
I mean, they are a lot of people's favourite bands.
Yeah, and I get it.
And they are a lot of people's, will have gone to see them at Nebworth, and will have gone to see them at Wembley and all those great gigs they did back in the day, and will see them as absolute icons. And people will come from around the world to see them. They will. Yep. Especially Heaton Park, I would imagine. It'd be in Manchester, it'd be in their home gig. But 11 grand.
Yeah.
I've searched around and I found the door times and everything. They've released them, as well as the support acts, which we'll go on to talk about in a minute, I'm sure. So bear in mind, £11,500. Doors open at 5.
Okay.
First support act, Cast. Again, we'll talk about them in a bit. 6 o'clock. Richard Ashcroft on at 7 o'clock. Oasis on at 8:15. Curfew 10:30.
It hardly gives you time to find a dealer and and get hammered, does it? Do you know what I mean?
From doors opening till doors closing is 5.5 hours.
Yeah.
So 11.5 grand for 5 hours. And like you say, you're gonna skip Cast, probably.
Yeah.
And they're a good band. I'm not saying they're a bad band, but it's like, who goes and watches the support acts on a Friday night?
If I was paying 11 grand, I'd be watching everyone.
I'd go and have afternoon tea in the stadium and fucking expect it to be already, you know, on tap.
Cooked by John Power.
Yeah. I guess I'm all right. There is probably a lot of things I would spend 11.5 grand on. Not that I could name them right now. Not that I have it. But, you know, I don't think a 5.5 hour experience, bear in mind an hour of that is, more than an hour of that is stood in a queue.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because if the doors open at 5, you don't get there at 5. You get there at like 3, probably.
I do understand though.
4.
I can understand it in not the pricing, but I do understand what you were saying about the fact they are people's favorite band. They still are 16 years after they played their last gig or whatever. And I get it, and the feeling is strong, and obviously the demand is there.
Yeah, and I mean they have a legion of new fans as well.
Yeah,
because it's like the phenomenon of like kids, and I mean like 12-year-olds.
Yeah.
Love Oasis.
Yeah. It never, I mean, to be fair, the band stopped, but the music never did it?
It's too big.
As in,
and it was too recent to the whole streaming thing. You know what I mean? It's not that they broke up 50 years ago.
No. And Noel released albums throughout that. And Liam's released albums throughout that.
Would you say they were a party band? I'm not supposed they were a party band, but they were that. They did have that feel-good factor, I think, as well, like cool factor, but also...
Well, it was a gang mentality, wasn't it? I mean, you only have to walk through the crowd to see every Liam lookalike in the world.
Right, sorted, top mad for it.
And after this, it'll be even worse, won't it? That's what all the kids will be dressing like next week.
Yeah, if you sell hats right now, start getting into bucket hats again, because it's going to be huge.
Yeah.
Did you see, talking of, like, clothing, did you see the little jackets... Now, little by little.
No.
Merchandise that Oasis have released. It's got the little...
Oh, my God.
And it's like a sort of jacket that...
Oh, my days. That is crazy. But do you want to know what's crazier?
You're buying one?
I think I want one.
Yeah.
I think they're cool.
How much are they? I don't know how much they are. I don't know what the price they're going for, but...
30 quid.
But you have to walk around with a little sign, because it doesn't even say little by little. I think
it does. It says little by little, but both of them is the little logo.
Oh, is it?
That is cool, though.
Yeah.
I would just get like a big patch and put that over that. Get a big Union Jack or something over it. So like,
I bet you can buy that from you probably buy it from the middle of Lidl's, I would think, as well.
Oh, I bet it's everywhere, in every little shop, in every little town.
If you want an even cheaper Oasis merchandise, though, you can go to Temu.
You were telling me about this the other day. Temu band
t-shirts. They've got Oasis in there. They've got Oasis.
Well, let's have a look. They don't look that bad either, do they? They look pretty cool. They look authentic. I mean, it's a bit difficult not to when it's like literally a screen where they've like clearly just put the graphic design logo square onto someone's chest. It clearly is not.
But
not how that's going to look. But.
You can literally get any band you can think of is on there.
Yeah, I mean, there's literally anything that you could want on here. Fraggle Rock as well.
Awesome. How much are the Oasis t-shirts? Because while you're spending like thousands of pounds on tickets, you might as well buy cheap merchandise.
I don't know, but there's a Top Cat one I've got my eye on. That looks actually pretty cool. And there's a Mr. Men, but it's Bowie. Mr. Bowie.
Okay.
I like it. I think I might buy one. Oh, that's a cool shirt. I might actually have to buy this one. New Order, Fact 50, 1981 movement.
Put the order in straight away.
I will.
They'll probably give you 200% off, end up paying you to actually take it. So that's it.
Right, yeah. I've just Googled it. Temu'd it. And there's just tons.
Yeah.
There's absolutely tons.
So I reckon bucket hat.
Yeah.
Little by little jacket.
Yeah.
Underneath that, you're wearing a Temu or Temu or whatever you want to say. T-shirt.
Yeah.
We just need trousers.
Yeah, any baggy trousers. I don't have any baggy trousers. Oh well.
Yeah, result sorted, top mad for it.
So yeah, I mean, there's not a lot else to say on the Oasis reunion tour.
Have we said anything?
Not really.
No.
I mean, what are you thinking? Let's try and give an audience some kind of roundup. I mean, right. £10,000 for a fucking ticket to see Oasis in Cardiff, I'm sure someone will pay that, but not me.
10 grand. No, if someone came along and gave me 10 grand now and there was an offer there was a chance of buying that ticket, it wouldn't be going on that ticket.
No, I can't say that I'm even, looking at Richard Ashcroft and Cast in support. As much as I like Cast, as much as I love the Verve.
Yeah, exactly. And no one, not even in the comments, not in all the people who got really upset about what we said about Neil Young before the gig happened. And by the way, we were justified in that because he was fucking shit. Richard, there's no one that can sell me on Richard Ashcroft's new single. And if he is supporting that absolute nonsense, and yes, right, and fucking listen, right, because I'm going to say this to make it very, very clear. All right. I like Richard Ashcroft and I like the Verve. Now that's out of the way. The new song.
Oh,
No. And if he's going to play all that stuff, forget it. Because
I mean, he's got to do some Verve tracks, surely. But that new song of his, I mean, I've been trying to make a video about AI in music, as you know, for a good couple of months. And every time I get so far with it, I get knocked back to the beginning because it's just not, I just can't get it right. But it's, if there was ever a song that was written by AI, I think it's that Richard Ashcroft song.
Yeah.
Because it's so tame.
Yeah. I don't even think he put the prompts in for it.
No.
Someone else did.
I quite like some of his solo stuff.
I do as well.
And I've watched him live before and thought he was pretty good. But that new song is, for me, is just terrible. And I'm not going to begrudge anybody who likes Neil Young or Richard Ashcroft. But if you like it and if you love it, then all power to you. But I listen to that and I just think it's just tame. It's not really like god awful. It's just it's boring. It's a boring song.
I disagree.
Okay.
I disagree.
It
is god awful.
Oh, okay.
See,
I heard it on the radio because we watched it together. It was the first time I'd seen it. I think you'd seen it before, hadn't you? And my immediate reaction was, this is god awful. Yeah. But I have heard it on the radio.
Okay.
And driving, and it wasn't, I want to kill myself, which is what I thought when I heard it the first time.
So Radio 1 managed to put enough compression on it that it sounded...
Radio X.
Oh, Radio X.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't really remember anything about it.
What's it called again? So that people at home, before they go and see Oasis, they can learn the words to it.
Well, I tell you what, pause it here if you're listening to this. Pause this here. Go and listen to Richard Ashcroft's new song, and we'll do the same right now, and then we'll come back and we'll actually talk about it.
Let's do it. Well,
I think the only thing that really springs out to me is that I shouldn't have watched the music video while we were listening to it, because the only thing that springs to mind for me is how much he looks like John Cooper Clarke.
Right.
No, what do you think?
Well, I was totally wrong. I think it's brilliant. No, it's worse on the third listen.
It's worse on the third listen.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. It doesn't go anywhere. I'm sorry. There's going to be comments that go, no, you should listen to Richard Ashcroft's back catalogue and all that. I have, and it's great. I really like it a lot.
Well, some of it.
Yeah, some of it. But no one can justify that song ever being recorded.
Is someone, if he did write that and he didn't use AI at all, because you can even hear the parts where they've just directly recorded something over the top of, and they, for me, that's what it just feels like.
Yeah. I mean,
it's just boring. It's a boring song.
We're birds of a feather and you've got Da Vinci eyes. What the fuck does that mean?
I suppose it's Mona Lisa, isn't it, that he's referring to, where it's like you're saying a lot more with your eyes and expression than, but like, It's not as clever as
your
these kind
eyes follow me around like a stalker, no matter where I stand. Yeah.
It's not a good song. I want it to be a good song.
Yeah.
He has written some of my favorite music. Again, people will only hear what they want to hear, but it really is the case that it's just not very good. And I think it's because he's done it for too long.
No, James, this is a return to form.
Oh, sorry.
You're right. It's an absolute return to form. This is right up there with Bittersweet Symphony.
Yeah.
Drugs don't work. This will sit side by side with the Drugs Don't Work. In fact, it's almost like no time has passed at all.
No. Well, what about the legendary John Power and Cast? I think I always preferred the Lars.
Yeah.
If I'm honest.
Yeah.
But I do like a couple of the Cast tracks. I mean, I'm not sure if they're going to be anybody's favourite band, but I don't think you can really have that much to say against them either.
No.
Do you know what I mean? I think they did 2 albums, didn't they?
Yeah, something like that. I just don't know. I just feel that Oasis have just pulled in their mates.
Yeah.
Like,
can you do us a favour?
Yeah, you would have thought it was an all-dayer with an array of great, like, new bands, decent bands. This is like a Manchester freak-off.
In Cardiff.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Cast's Liverpool. It just seems a little bit dull to have Richard Ashcroft in support of Oasis with Cast.
Yeah, it should have. Oh, here I am being a promoter again, but
trying to bring on the youth.
Yeah,
stop it.
I just think that it's not necessary that if you're a massive Oasis fan, you were a massive Cast fan or a massive Richard Ashcroft stroke The Verve fan. I don't think that goes necessarily hand in hand.
Yeah, I think it kind of does, though.
Do you?
Yeah, because everyone that I know that loves Oasis loves Cast and the Lars and Stone Roses and Richard Ashcroft, and probably didn't like Blur so much.
Yeah. If they'd had Blur on tour, that would have been great.
That's the gig they should have done, though, isn't it? I just think it's a shame. I think, like, because when the Stone Roses got back together in 2012, that was ramshackle and thrown together, and they did Heaton Park as well. So yeah, they had Primal Scream, which I'm surprised if they don't support Oasis, or James would be the other one that I would be like,
yeah,
you know, they're almost certainly supporting them. I'd love to see James. I love James, but they had BDI. This is Stone Roses. They had BDI, so they had Liam there, and they had Plan B.
That's weird.
Well, but that was his time, wasn't it? It was 2012.
Yeah, it was his time. Completely different style of music.
That's what I mean. They had the Wailers, the Vaccines, Kid British, Professor Green.
This is a Stone Roses gig?
That was the Stone Roses reunion tour.
Right, okay.
The one that we went to see, I think, was the one with the Wailers. I think the Wailers were there. We didn't see them because we were pissed up. And God knows what else. But I think we came in halfway through Primal Scream, maybe. And we were like, it's Primal Scream! And we were fucked, you know. And we loved it. We had a great time. And I'm sure anyone that's going to go and see Oasis is going to have an absolutely phenomenal time.
It's going to be amazing.
It's going to be amazing. But it's very much, for me, I don't know. It's just a shame that it's just another huge act coming back, which is great for people that want to see it. It's great for people that have got the money to see it and are going to make the effort. I just think it's like, the state of music, you know what I mean? Like, the music that Richard Ashcroft has released, not exactly his best.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that another huge band from the 90s and early 2000s has come back to do a reunion tour. Okay, people want to see it, great. But it's like, where's the new music coming through?
Yeah.
Where's the new bands? And I'm starting to think that it's a little bit stacked against them, because we've been saying this for ages, and the whole comments section with the Glastonbury stuff we did was absolutely like just hating on modern music, which is what me and you do as well. It's what everyone does. Everyone hates on new artists, new music is shit. It's not as good. It's too poppy. It's got no feeling to it. You know, there's nothing to it. It's boring. Basically what we said about Richard Ashcroft.
Yeah.
But he's got the legacy of his, material to date.
Exactly.
But I'm starting to think we're a little bit stacked against newcomers.
It is, but saying that, it's like you really enjoyed Wonder Horse,
Well,
didn't you, on the weekend, like the Glastonbury performance? Yeah,
I didn't know who they were until about 2 weeks before Glastonbury. I'd never heard of them before. And then you showed me that performance on Jules Holland, and I hated it.
Yeah,
I thought, this is boring.
so did I, to be fair.
It was, and I thought, well, this is just another case of modernity strikes again, and it's going to be brilliant. But then, I don't know why, I don't know what made me check them out on Glastonbury. I think it was just curiosity, I wonder what this sounds like actually live. And they played The Rope, and it fucking blew me away.
Right.
I thought, that's Glastonbury.
Yeah.
That's amazing. And I cannot for the life of me find a version of it online. It's so fucking annoying, because it was like passionate, and the crowd was fucking jumping and loving it, and it was like, this is what rock music should be like.
Yeah,
I mean, it hasn't been like for a while.
That's it. To be fair, on my other channel, I did a review of The Rope, and while the press was all up in, I was kind of like, it's all right, it's okay, it's nothing special. And I've got to say, even watching the Glastonbury performance, it did kind of give me a little bit of hope that there are bands breaking through, who don't rely on kind
legacy.
of backing. Yeah, well, legacy. They don't rely on backing tracks. They don't rely on anything. It's a proper rock band. It's a couple of guitars, it's bass, it's drums, and it's a singer, and that's...
They don't need backing tracks.
No.
They're a live band.
Yeah, they're a live band. Sounds real. Real.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's not really shifted my mentality towards it, but surely that kind of band, with the age range that's going to be at the Oasis gig, it should have been a no-brainer. An absolute no-brainer. And I still don't love them, Wonder Horse, but it makes sense to the crowd.
And I will say that the recording that we listened to, I listened to earlier of The Rope, which is their studio version, I thought was dull. I thought it was boring.
Yeah.
So whoever produced them, I'm sure, is a wonderful producer, but she has really toned them down from their live performance, which is where they needed to be at for that, because that recording is a bit tame. Probably the problem with modern music in general is that it's so sterile that it doesn't really translate. And then when you see them in the natural element of a gig and the crowd's loving it, it's brilliant. But yeah, I mean, I think that's what I mean when we're talking about the Stone Roses earlier. It's like they had Plan B and Kid British and people that were like kind of lower on the bill, obviously, but kind of up and coming. And you got that Elton John mentality back in the day where he always used to try and bring people along and like, give the youth a chance.
Yeah.
I don't really see a lot of it these days. It's just difficult because I don't want music to be shit. That's the thing. I don't want it to be shit, but I have no desire to listen to like new music because it's just so tame. But I'm starting to get the feeling that it's our fault that it's tame, because we're too focused on what we love. Because I love Joy Division. If Ian Curtis was still alive, I would probably go and see him. If John Lennon was still alive and George Harrison and the Beatles did some 5 millionth reunion tour like Rolling Stones that we talked about last week, I would fucking pay a fortune to go and see the Beatles live, even though I'd know it'd be shit.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But maybe it's the fact that it's only older people that have got enough money to be able to go to gigs in the first place, which is the problem. Maybe it's the fact that, people would rather go and see Neil Young on a Saturday night at the Pyramid Stage than someone new. That may be the problem. Well,
that 100 people that turned up did. They wanted to see him.
But that's not my point. What I'm trying to say is it's like, people are asking in the comment section, like, who would you want to see then? Who would be better than Neil Young? I say, well, I don't know, but that's our problem. That's not just my problem. It's your problem as well. If in 2025 you are super excited to see Neil Young on the Pyramid Stage on Saturday, good for you. But surely there's someone younger. Surely there's someone more relevant. Surely there's someone better. Because if not, then we're fucked. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I mean, but it goes back to what we were saying before. Which new bands are breaking through right now? I mean, we got Wonder Horse.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Sorry is a band that we've known about since COVID. And remember we found that EP of theirs? That was ages ago. You showed me that. And that actually blew me away, that EP. I still listen to it like semi-recently. I just think that there's too much at your fingertips when you're making music now. That's why I think I've always struggled since my last band that I was in. I've struggled to get back into songwriting because my preference was always to be in a room with people and just give it and see what comes out, because I always found the magic always came in just throwing shit together.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't do that with Ableton.
Yeah,
personally.
Well, that is definitely part of the problem is when someone throws you a CD or a CD or an MP3 and says, "Listen to this track." You listen to it, it's on the grid. Everything's been shoved together to make it on the grid. There's no passion in it anymore. And I don't know whether you know, but going back to Oasis, the majority of definitely maybe that was recorded to clicks. But if someone sped up, the clicks were put in place to allow for that movement.
Yeah.
Whereas it sounds like a live album or a band playing together. The majority of it wasn't a band playing together, but it was recorded in such a way that it was loose. So if you did go slightly out of time, all right, well, you stayed out of time. That's the way it is. But you'll come back into time. Now everything is to the grid. Mm-hmm. So I think we were talking about kick drums in the last podcast. If once those are laid down and they're in place, then you've got the next person playing on top of that to it, and then that's squeezed together. Then the bass is squeezed together. The vocals are processed like hell and stuff like that. It's not until you get out and see a live band, but there is no grassroots now. There's the live bands where you can pick up a little following, and that following becomes massive and stuff like that. Followings now, for the majority of bands, happen online.
Yeah.
Online. And so your first introduction to them isn't a live gig. It's wow, that's a good song, but you're not getting the passion of the live music or the band themselves playing. Half the time you can't even hear the guitars, so over processed it doesn't feel like a band anymore, and that's the problem.
Yeah, I mean, I remember when I was a student back in sort of 2010, and I remember people talking about it then, saying like being in a band is elitist. You know what I mean? Like being in a band of musicians is elitist, because already back then it was like, well, if you're not one or two people in a bedroom making music, 24/7 and churning it out, then you're like a bit stuck up yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why should people care about band music anymore? And that's 15 years ago. And so it's just, it's a difficult one, isn't it? Because like you say, you used to go to gigs. I used to go to gigs every week.
Yep.
I used to be out every night nearly when I was younger. I can't do that now. I'm a dad and married and have a job.
And you're old as fuck.
And I'm old as fuck.
According to the comments.
Yeah. Middle-aged, someone called me. Cheeky cunts. So,
hard paper round.
Yeah, that's it. But the point is, like, whenever I go out these days, which is very rare, but whenever I go out, I am probably the youngest person out. And it's just like, maybe it's just where we live, but I don't think it is. And I think this is the problem, is that we've priced out kids from going out, doing things, and now they don't want to.
Yeah.
And so we're going, where's all the good music? Well, it's probably in someone's bedroom and no one will ever hear it.
Yeah. In the comments section, this will be an interesting one. In the comments section, if you can, right, and this is just for you, how many bands in the last 20 years in the UK have had number ones? Proper bands. I'm not talking boy bands, girl bands, bands that play instruments, okay? So this is full bands.
No cheating.
No cheating. Just try and list who it is. Last 20 years, so since 2005, how many bands have been at number 1 in the UK? Have fun with that one.
The answer may surprise you.
It may surprise you.
So, I mean, yeah, we've had a little whinge about stuff, and we had a little discussion on the old Oasis.
Yeah.
Oasis. And I'm spent. So, if you enjoyed that one, please do comment, like, subscribe to my channel. That's Coxie's Making Videos on YouTube, and Simon's channel, which is
This opinion is mine, not yours.
capital T.
Yeah.
And we'll be back next time for some more music fun. And maybe we'll even start talking about films and stuff. Who knows?
Yeah. Should we start talking about stuff we like?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, we love music. I think that's the problem that we fail to get over. Is that we haven't talked about an act we don't love.
Yeah. Apart from Neil Young.
Apart from Neil Young.
No, we love Neil Young. Fucking stop in the comments.
We'll see you next time.
Love you.
Bye.